Yo, 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 what's the word?
What's the word? Are you almost ready?
Oh, I'm ready, man. I'm ready to rock. I just took a shower, trying to freshen up a little bit. I've been laying around like a lazy slouch all day, them lazy Sundays.
Yeah, I know how you feel. I've been fucking eating edibles all day today. I feel like a slouch.
Hold up. Let me just make sure I got you coming in. You good?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, hear you great. Loud and clear. Loud and clear, kid. We're
Good.
A-okay.
Brand new phone. Brand new phone.
Brand new phone. I wonder why. I hear you actually louder than normal.
Yeah, brand new phone.
All right. Sounds good, man. Yeah, bro, it's been a minute and I've been trying to book a show for a while, but it was hard because I've been pretty much busy all month. Vacation and then a little quarantine period. I just started back on work on Thursday and I left work on the 6th. So close to 20 days of just
Ouch.
hanging out. Hit the beach.
Ouchies.
Hit the beach, went down to Hollywood, drove through Miami a little bit. My first time really seeing South Beach.
How was it down in Florida? I know DeSantis has been making it really nice down there, but how like legitimately nice is it down there?
It's beautiful.
That's fucking awesome.
It's beautiful. I mean, I didn't want to leave, but that's just me.
Were there a lot of people wearing masks, or
It
like
depends.
I need like full details.
Depends where you go. Depends where you go. You know what I mean?
Obviously, the inner cities where it's more Democrat, they're gonna have more of a mask mandate, even though that by the state of Florida they are supposed to lift the
I
rules.
don't think it was really any mandates down there. I mean, people wore a mask if you felt like it, and then people who just didn't give a shit, just fucking reckless, didn't even care. I mean, I can't lie, say I wore a mask the whole time I was there. I was pretty much by myself the whole time I was there, so I isolated myself like on the beach or I was swimming in the water. There was a couple of times like I would go out to the bar and I was sitting at an outside bar at this place called Alvin's, which was pretty dope. Became my new hot spot to go to, and you're just like outside your bar, looking right at the water, pounding back some beers, man.
Nice.
But met some cool people while I was down there too. So a little crew to come back to in future years. I'm pretty sure
Did you go
I
to
met.
Hogan's? Did you go to Hogan's surf shop down there?
No, I thought you said Logan's. I was gonna say, yeah, I met a couple people from Logan's, but no, Hogan's is on the
No,
other side.
Hogan's.
They're Clearwater.
Mm.
That's other side of Florida. But other than that, I just hung out. There was definitely a couple people I met that I had met in the past, like 2 years ago, but they probably don't remember me because I was probably a drunk mess when I was down there with Palmer last time. But I saw the guy and I'm talking to my homegirl and I'm like, I'm pretty sure this is the dude that took my boy Nick to the strip club. Doesn't he own Logan's? And she's like, he doesn't own Logan's, but he's there all the time. I'm like, well, I'm pretty sure that's him because he's a short guy, you know, definitely typical Floridian. And I said, he's very outgoing, no fear, confidence through the roof. And it's kind of a hard personality to forget. So what you got there, kid? 400 THC. Ooh, what do you got? Is it Nerds Rope? Oh,
Yeah.
I got me some chocolate over here, but I'm going the old school route right now with the old school smoky smoker.
Oh, I'm doing both. I'm doing both. I'm already on 300 milligrams today.
Dude, I took that shit the other day, and I was whacked.
Hey, nah, you don't.
420,
You don't know
420,
how I
420. Get. I ate like a chocolate bar, a half a chocolate bar, or whatever, and I fell asleep, and I woke up from like a 3-hour nap, like a coma, and I realized how much weed I had left, and I was like, I still have all this shit left. Time to get smoking. Threw a movie on. Now that it's legal in New York State, about time. What?
This is half the rope. Right here.
Yeah.
That's 200 milligrams.
Where'd you get it from? Your buddy? Your buddy gets it, or you go to the shop?
Uncle.
You go to the shop and get it. He goes to the shop and get it.
No, my uncle.
Oh yeah.
No, my uncle.
All right.
He lives 2 towns over.
Mm-hmm. Might have to have you send me up some Nerds Rope, or I can see if I can get them around here because I've been getting straight chocolate lately. Chocolate bars. I love them. Don't get me wrong, but I wouldn't mind to have some other candy, some gummies, some. If I can't get them, I'm pretty sure I could probably get them, but it's just a matter of asking around.
Yeah.
But I don't even know what episode this is, man. I know it's Wrestling with Time 4. This is the 4th time or the 5th time. It's been a month, bro. I haven't even looked at our episode like statistics since I
I
talked to
think
you on
it's number
vacation last week.
5. I think it's number 5. Hold on. I'm on the YouTube
And
page right
it
now on the
is
Xbox.
our time is now episode 18 or 19 and Wrestling with Time number 5. We're killing it in the demographic of India, bro. 41% of our audience for the wrestling episodes come from India. So I mean,
And then
doing something right.
I think at that point, I think we should do a couple of Great Khali episodes.
Yo, he just got inducted into the Hall of Fame. We're gonna talk about him tonight.
That's another one.
You know, that was kind of surprising to see. The whole class actually was kind of surprising, but we'll get into that in a little bit. Yeah, I actually do have a brew. I am gonna crack a good old cold stone cold brewski. Hold on a minute. You look up the episode. I'll be right there.
And I'm looking up right now. Just going through my history on YouTube to find it.
Doing a little bit of cleaning up, so my room is a mess right now. Reorganizing, repackaging, reboxing things.
No, it's all good.
Get everything situated here, kid. Oh, I wanted to mention that we do have a new sponsor for the show. SQUATCH soap. If a bear shits in the woods, does it really shit? Well, I'm not picking up my dog shit neither, so you could get SQUATCH soap because it's all natural ingredients.
Just like the TV commercial says, if my man smelled like this, I'd be all over him every day.
All day, every day, kid. You can find the link, the affiliate link in the description below if you do feel like purchasing some good old soap and stop smelling like shit.
Use the promo code WWT to get whatever percent.
I wish it was promo codes. It's not. I tried to get a custom promo code, but unfortunately it's just an affiliate link. That's the way they do things, but whatever. Click the link, place your order, help support the show. I have
really
a bunch
helps,
of
guys. You have no idea.
I'm in the process of building a little bit of a website right now, which will have all our sponsor links on a select page and then all our social links on a select page. This way you'll be able to find us on Spotify, YouTube, as well as all our sponsors coming from the PodDecks to the SQUATCH soap to the Cut Buddy to numerous other things that you may be able to sign up for, take advantage of, some crypto exchanges, whatever the case is. I mean, crypto is just booming right now, baby. So you better get on that train before
Dogecoin, everybody. Dogecoin. Fucking Elon Musk. I said it fucking 3 months ago. I said that Doge is going to be $2 before the summer. And as I am as we're heading towards the official first day of summer within the next 2 months, my projections seem to be pretty on fucking point at almost $2 by the fucking summertime. We're almost at fucking $1.
Yo, saying, well, it went back down to 25. I panic sold a little bit. I panic sold a little bit the day after 420, and it was down to 16. And I said I had an average of 5 cents a share, and I said let me sell like not half, but like maybe a third of it. And then the second because it went literally like I watched it go like 25, 24, 22, 20. 19, 16. I sold it at 16, and then it went. As soon as I sold it, bro, jumped right back up. I bought back in at 19. What can you do?
You just gotta watch what it is, and then if they ask you, do you want a buy rate, and it really depends on how much you buy it in at. You see, when I got in, it gave me a buy rate, so I can buy whatever I want at the set price of what I bought the original coin at. I bought it at 0.0042, so all of my coin purchases are based off of pretty much 5 cents a coin.
What the fuck did you what do you purchase on? What are you using?
Robinhood.
Yeah. Excuse me. That's what I've been using. I just switched up to one called Anchor USD or Anchor USD.
I heard Anchor's pretty good, but Robinhood's been around for a while, even though that I heard that they've been scamming their customers. But
I've always been on Robinhood. I mean, the whole GameStop thing was a big phenomenon that really drove a lot of people, I feel, away from it. Was because people feel they got screwed on the Robinhood. But
I feel like I got screwed on fucking everything else, including my taxes this year. Thanks, Joe Biden.
yeah, about that. I don't know, bro. I'm kind of agitated about that too because I made $1,000 and I got to pay back 500. How so? Don't really know. But
Well, thank God in New York State, Dogecoin, you don't have to pay taxes on it yet because in the state of New York, Dogecoin is not a taxable income
any
that you can get
crypto,
from the
well,
stock
any
market.
crypto is not.
Yeah,
That's the whole thing is that it's decentralized.
all the way up until the end of next year, that'll be happening.
Yeah, well, that'll be nice. I mean, I see a lot of sell off because of Biden's tax proposal that a lot of people are selling off because they are trying to regulate it. They are trying to, collect some money off the back end of it. But hey, what else is when else can the government fuck you with the long dick of the law?
When he signed the Paris Accord climate to go back in, I sold all my fucking stocks to Sunoco because Sunoco was going up.
Mm-hmm.
NASCAR season was starting. Fucking that when
I still have a shitload of Sunoco.
When Sunoco hits NASCAR season, fucking Sunoco stock is up. When NASCAR's over, it's down. So the time to buy is in the mediary. It's kind of like sports. Like when the season's over, you got the draft period, and then after that, you got your spring training. It's the same thing with NASCAR. NASCAR runs about 4, 5, 6, 7 months, whatever it is, and then they have their off season. It's with Sunoco. Sunoco is the official fuel in NASCAR.
I've always been with Shell and Sunoco.
Makes the most money when the NASCAR races are going on because these racetracks are buying their fuel.
Yeah. Makes sense. I've always been heavy in gas anyway because it's still a huge commodity. As much as we want to try to shift away and make the world, more carbon-friendly footprint, a little bit of less pollution in the world, there's no way that we can entirely switch to electric and change our entire power grid that quick. So, I mean, I see it being around for a majority of our lifetimes.
Well, the majority of our lifetime, I see GM is proposing that they'll have a fully electric car, fully electric by 2033. That I feel like is totally out of the ballpark. China has right now the technology to create a all electric car, and they're looking to sell them for $10,000 a pop.
I see the EV, the EV stock or whatever it was called.
The new Hummer. Here's the problem. It's still a hybrid. Unfortunately, there's still an engine in there. It's not all electric, We are moving towards that way.
I just feel like a lot more has a lot more room for error with electric.
No, the main problem is that if you're going to do electric, you don't need an engine. It has to be powered off a battery. GM right now has the patent for the 2480 something battery that holds about 15 hours of a charge. Tesla's has a better one, but only holds about 19 hours of charge.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason why the Tesla cars still have an engine in them. It has to be, something has to be powering it. GM has a way to get rid of the engine and have the engine in the battery alone, so it'll be 4 batteries. All these fucking things, they'll have solar panels on the top. You'll have to plug it in and everything, but they're going to try to do that by 2033.
Yeah.
That's the way that they need to go.
Long time to wait, though.
Well, in 2024, we're going to have Trump come back, and it'll put more of a process.
You think so? You think so?
Yes, 100%.
I'm saying, have you heard speculation like he's going to throw his hat back in the ring?
I watched Hannity 3 nights ago, and Hannity was talking to him live in person.
Uh-huh.
And he pretty much said that I am seriously looking into it. And this is the one thing that made me know that he's running. Legally, I can't talk about it.
Yeah, I'm sure, because honestly, it's better off he just stays under the radar and then just really steps his foot in, because that if he just mentions it right now, just the speculation alone for the next 3-4 years, they're still going to try to keep destroying him and running him over with the same damn car that they ran him over with 1,000 times over.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Tarnishing his legacy, his reputation. I mean, it's just smart to lay low and then come back and boom, you got your fan base there.
Yeah, but this is a good point. Right after the CPAC speech, Dan Bongino did his podcast. And the first words out of his mouth was, "You're white hot right now. You should have fucking admitted that you're going to run for president now. You would have gotten the ball rolling, which would have made more people go out and vote in the next midterm elections, change their states' legislatures to more republicanism and more conservatism, and that keeps the energy moving. Now you're going to die the energy down. But
Yeah.
thank God you're popular, so there'll still be so you know, like, you'll still have fire, but you're not as white hot as you are right now."
Yeah.
He said it on his podcast. If you were to announce that you were running for president right now, we would automatically take the House, take the Senate, and then you will have your triumphant return, because we proved
Maybe he's just waiting a
wrong.
year. Maybe he's just waiting a year for the midterm elections, and he's just gonna throw his hat in. Then he's just gonna give Biden enough rope to hang himself, and be like, "This is what you chose."
Biden's already hanging himself as it is.
I know.
It's a total fucking shame on how that
It's
this man
sad state.
on
It's a
how.
sad state that they even let that man even try to run for president, bro. Like,
Well, here is my concern.
I mean, he's not there
Ironically,
mentally.
listen. Ironically, we're going to bring the troops home. I'm very in favor of bringing the troops home. Our troops do not need to be in Iraq. We don't in Afghanistan. We don't need to be fucking over there. Leave them alone. We shouldn't be dealing with the Ukraine like we are right now, because Joe Biden's got to think he's got a set, and he doesn't. Reason why that Putin didn't sit there and start shit with Trump was because, yes, 60 days into Trump's presidency, he fucking carpet bombed Syria. He was telling Putin, "Don't fuck with us, and I'm gonna fucking come after you if you got a problem with that." That's why that Putin didn't do anything. That was a warning also sent to China. That's why that President Xi Jinping didn't do anything. And that's another reason why that fucking Russia, China, and the entire Middle East, there's pretty much a ceasefire after he carpet bombed them 59 times. And even Kim Jong-un, the biggest thing that Obama told him, that the biggest threat to the United States was North Korea. At the time, North Korea was a major fucking threat.
Mm-hmm.
He goes to North Korea. It's all fucking handshakes, this, that, and the other thing. Everything was quiet. North Korea stopped. Because you want to know why? He actually was able to talk to somebody. Somebody actually came over there, instead of saying that, "Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. We're going to go to war with this little pissant country, this, that, and everything." North Korea is not a pissant country. They own a little bit of the Koreas, but they are very unstable. They're unstable. So when Trump went over there, everything stopped. Because you know why? The way to North Korea, for some odd reason, is the celebrity power.
Yeah.
Dennis Rodman, wrestling in the 70s over there, wrestling in the 80s. The celebrity power.
Sports.
Celebrity power, yes. The celebrities were able to get into North Korea. Pretty much, it was the WCW match show where they went to North Korea in the 70s, and then they never came back. That was kind of like the first chance that the United States got to see what, North Korea looks like and everything. And then nobody really knew anything until Dennis Rodman went over there.
Mm-hmm.
Dennis Rodman's been in North Korea since the early 2000s.
Yeah.
He's been coming back and forth from the United States, back and forth. Technically, he should be an ambassador to North Korea, because he hangs out with Kim Jong-un. He's one of Kim Jong-un's good friends.
Yeah.
So
I saw a lot of speculation
in my
around
eyes, hold on. At least in my eyes, you actually have a person who can communicate with him.
Yeah, as opposed to constant hatred or belittling another nation.
Exactly, because they got the 10, 15 years of friendship there. So you make him an ambassador to North Korea. Yeah, there might be a couple of things they might not get along with, but it's the fact that the friendship is still there. I really don't think their friendship would go over politics.
Mm-hmm.
I think that Kim Jong-un would be like, "Okay, yeah, no, I could do this differently, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to change this, but I'll do this differently."
But you have a negotiator in there.
Yeah, exactly. But pretty much he's the ambassador. But that's what enabled Trump to go over there. As soon as Trump said that, Rocket Man is on a suicide mission for himself and his regime. 2 months later, shaking his hand on live television. I was in motherfucking Denny's when he was shaking the guy's hand. It was broadcasted on the news. I'm sitting at Denny's and I stood up and I went, yeah! It was like first guy ever to do it.
That's your boy, bro. That's your man's.
He is. Trump reignited the patriotism in a lot of people in order to believe in themselves and in their country.
Yeah, that's
So
true, I guess.
Americanism
I was
comes to all
it's funny because
Americans.
I was in Florida and I had this dude from, I think he was from Brooklyn, Bushwick, like pull me aside because I guess he heard I rapped or whatever, and we were talking for a minute. He's like, "Let me ask you something. Who'd you vote for?" And I was just like, "I didn't vote." This is like a taboo of the old days before we used to talk about religion, before we used to talk about politics. You always kept that shit to yourself. Your parents went out and voted. It didn't matter if they voted left or right. Nobody talked about it. You didn't come home and preach religion to another family at their dinner table or whatever. You would keep it in under your household. He told me, and he said, "I'm gonna tell you why Trump was the man." I was like shocked. I was like, okay. And he goes, because he was the first one that wasn't a politician. And I knew right off the jump. I was like, I've always said that too. But, we talked, and I didn't think he would be a Trump supporter. But he went on for a little while about why he supported Trump, gave me a bunch of reasons. I was like, that's cool. But when you're not in that political circle, when you're not a part of their clique, they want nothing to do with you. They want you out of there. It's not in their best interest to keep an outsider in there. It's like the NWO, bro, invading WCW. We want you out of here, but they're trying to take over, man.
Yep.
They want the power that be. Speaking of NWO, they're also hint inductees as a collective.
Yes, and it's very sad. That Kevin Nash has not been inducted by himself.
So mad about that, bro. Like, I was wondering about it. I'm like, I like how they slickly inducted them all together, but they haven't all been inducted individually. They should have had them all inducted individually first, and then as the NWO. Like, use the NWO as like a last resort, but maybe they're flip flopping it and they're doing the NWO now.
Hogan and Scott Hall got to go in by themselves.
But I'm saying
before they went in with the NWO.
Yeah, but now they might be saving it. Yeah, well, they might be just saving Nash and Pac for a different occasion.
Well, X-Pac's not going to go in, and Sean Waltman's not going to go into the Hall of Fame as a no.
Bro, they had fucking William Shatner as like fuck. He went to a Wrestlemania like 30 years ago.
He said it. He said it at the speech when because he was inducted with the NWO. He said it in his speech. He said, I believe I'm correct on this. He said, I'd rather be inducted as with the tag teams that I were with, and not as a single star, because my singles career really wasn't that good.
Yeah, he was always a tag team guy.
I got a couple of good wins, but being part of tag teams and factions, I did much better.
Hold up, bro. 1 second. Stay right there. Whenever you're ready.
I'm good to go. I'm always good to go.
So yeah, X-Pac with his singles career and shit.
He never really wanted to, be remembered as a singles career wrestler. He's better in the tag team division, and he was first inducted with DX.
Oh, with DX? Yeah, you're right. Degeneration X was definitely inducted way before the NWO. I would like to see him and Kane inducted together. That would be cool, since we're talking tag teams inductions, and Kane just got inducted as well.
He got inducted that night, yeah. That's a little difficult for me. That was a good tag team. Kane and X-Pac.
Mm-hmm.
That's a little difficult for me. Their tag team run didn't last as long as we thought it was going to last.
I like the whole rivalry with the Tory shit. Like, to me, that's like shit I'll never forget.
I think Kane should have been inducted with DX.
That would have been cool too.
because he
But
was with DX during that small period
he
of
definitely
time.
had a bigger solo career run than a tag team aside from
Oh,
Brothers of Destruction.
100%.
You know, like his
And
storylines, the
Big
Lita
Show.
shit. Yeah, it was always he was dope. I was just reading his book actually yesterday, and I just got past chapter 5, Brothers of Destruction. I just got on to chapter 6. But another day, another time, I'll pick up where I left off on that book eventually. It's autographed by him, by the way, from Barnes and Nobles. Get your
Barnes and
Mayor
Nobles.
Kane book today. But yo, let's jump
Mayor
into this,
Kane.
bro, because we got WrestleMania 37. My prediction to win ratio on this was pretty good, bro. I predicted 5 for 7 on night 1.
I was I'll tell you as we go down the match card. I'll tell you which ones I actually predicted that I thought we were gonna win, and I was totally wrong.
Well, you know, Vince opened up with his classic.
This was a weird WrestleMania.
It kind of really was, bro. It was definitely strange.
The first WrestleMania since the pandemic. 25,000 fans. So
brings me to my next thing. This is the first WrestleMania I think in the past like 25 years that I've watched WrestleMania that they did not mention we have a record-breaking audience here in the Superdome with 25,000. 25,000.
Hey! It's fucking raining.
Yeah, they had to postpone the show in the beginning. Raining, Tampa Bay Capitol.
Fucking meanwhile, Samoa Joe sitting out there in a poncho and a smile on his face live on television. And the next night they fucking release him.
So Vince, Vince, really? Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, they released him the next day.
That must have been his farewell.
The next day, the dude stood outside for you guys and gave you guys a great commentary.
I was wondering why he was even on commentary.
Smiling.
I was wondering why he was even on commentary.
He was going to do the CM Punk thing, where, CM Punk got injured, and then, it was that one thing, with John Cena and the Diet Coke, and then 2 months later, he came back as the leader of the new Nexus and everything.
Okay.
That's exactly what they were going to do. They were going to do the Samoa Joe as the commentator, and then like he was going to start saying bad things about one wrestler, and like, oh, well, if I was wrestling, like I could beat him and
Talking
everything, and
shit.
then, yeah, and then, like a couple weeks later, the news gets to that wrestler, and then, in the middle of the match, he just turns around, just bitch slaps Samoa Joe, gets in the ring, finishes the match, and then, Samoa Joe runs in there and hits the muscle buster on the damn guy, or puts him in the Coquina clutch.
Coquina clutch.
And then,
Coquina clutch.
And then that sets up a pay-per-view match 3 weeks down the line.
Well, I mean, Vince opened up, obviously, his classic WrestleMania. He waited his whole fucking year to do that shit. He couldn't wait to have people back, even though he took advantage of the Hollywood cinematics last WrestleMania and throughout the year without an actual audience. It was easier to pull along the kayfabe and kind of bullshit the people a little bit with Hollywood theatrics. It was so much
easier to put the kayfabe on. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people might hate me for saying this. I like the cinematic wrestling.
I did too. I enjoyed it. But nothing beats in-person wrestling though. Like nothing beats in-person wrestling when you go to an event. So I mean, it sucks for the people who actually wanted to go or could have bought tickets.
John Cena versus Bray Wyatt last year was done perfectly.
It was.
That was done perfectly.
Yeah, with the NWO and even the Taker, bro. The Taker match was one of my favorite Taker matches of all time.
And like, personally, I thought AJ Styles was going to win.
I didn't know. I really hope not.
I honestly thought Taker was not going to win. Yeah. I honestly thought that Taker was going to actually hang it up for real. And, the Phenomenal One versus the Phenom. And technically right now, AJ Styles is is today's Shawn Michaels. The best in the ring, the best at whatever he does. And he's just on fire. He's on point.
I think he was great, but I mean, let's get into it because we got a lot. This is WrestleMania we got to cover. So I mean, BB Rexa opens with the Star Spangled Banner. The intro video gave me chills just knowing like the hyping up. Show opens. I had a little rain, boo-hoo. The show must go on, as Vincent Kennedy McMahon says. All the pre-show shit talking. First match we're opening up with. I predicted it was going to be Drew. It was the opening match with Lashley versus McIntyre. New era setting off with a bang. Growing up, it was always WWE, then World, or World, then WWE. The championships changed so many times, you know, like the World Championship, the WWE Championship.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, Hogan looked old as fuck.
They
Now,
booed him.
I mean,
Booed
like, I'm
him.
talking like Nature Boy old, bro. I mean, those roids must take a toll in the old age.
Well, hold on. You also got to remember, Hulk Hogan lives in Florida,
That's
and
who,
he's
the sun,
constantly in the
of
sun,
course. That bald head of
and
his.
he's constantly trying to keep the fucking muscles,
Of
so he's
course.
constantly working out. You gotta remember, he's got back surgeries. The guy's 70 years old.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's why I said he looked Nature Boy old, because Rick has been looking old for like the past 20 years, but he's been wrestling.
You want to know what's funny? When Rick was done wrestling in TNA, that was like 2014.
Yeah.
He still looked pretty good, you know? Like,
I'm talking like even when he
went
was in
out against
Evolution
Shawn
though with
Michaels.
Batista, like when he was like Orton, Batista, Triple H, like Ric Flair was like that odd man out, like the old man, just like
No.
That's how I
If
felt.
you look at it, if you look at it,
Like
Ric Flair was
pair
in
him with
his
Batista
50s.
so he looks good. I know, but it was just super old for me being like an 11, 12-year-old, 13-year-old fan. You know?
Understandable, but looking at it, Ric Flair pretty much laid the pathway for a lot of people to be like, you know, like you can go past a certain age. Just keep up what you're doing. Stay, you know, in his case, you know, keep drinking until you get liver problems until you're in your 70s.
Yeah.
But, you know, the way he was able to keep his body in almost like prime condition all the way up into his late 60s.
Just the fact that he was wrestling
impressive.
that, yeah, the fact that he was wrestling that, I'm not taking anything away from the guy. The guy is great. The guy's a legend. I'm just saying he looked old, you know, like
Terry Funk's another one. You know, like Terry Funk looks like your grandfather that you take to bingo every fucking week.
Yeah, still out there.
And he's still out there fucking jumping off of ladders.
That's a crazy son of a bitch, though, bro. That's a man of his different element. That's a different element right there in a whole, bro.
That is a total different element.
I mean.
Oh, and I'm sorry for anybody in the camera if my eyes aren't open. I'm
high as shit.
Yeah, the hashish over in India got me good.
Fucking yo. So in my opinion, I think Drew deserved to win this match, to feel that actual real WrestleMania electricity, since last year he didn't get to go into the audience. I mean, get to perform in front of the audience.
He should have, yes.
It was a hurt lock for the win, so Bobby won it. I lost that prediction. It was an intense
Bobby
match.
Lashley deserved to win.
I was not expecting that outcome.
Because the night after, he had the match against Matt Riddle, and it's a build-up to face Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, two biggest guys.
That was the main reason why Bobby Lashley signed with the WWE back a few years ago. He was promised that he will get a championship title match against Brock Lesnar, because he wanted to fight Lesnar in UFC. Bobby Lashley couldn't get as far in MMA.
I didn't even know he did MMA.
Even though his record was good. Yeah, he had a pretty good record.
Yeah.
He was Anderson Silva's personal trainer from 2007 to 2009. I
saw Batista did one, right? Didn't he do one? Lost.
Batista did Strike Force for like a couple of years.
Yeah.
Not a good record.
Yeah, no, I know. It's a different world, bro.
Bobby Lashley is also a Golden Gloves in the Army.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
So he had his MMA debut. He had a lot of good fights. He was pretty much almost undefeated for a while. Then he went to TNA Wrestling. While he was doing TNA Wrestling, he was the TNA World Heavyweight Champion and the Impact Champion. And then at the same time, I believe he was in Strike Force at that point, and I think he was the Strike Force Heavyweight Champion. And he was bringing the title belt over to TNA because of the cross-promotional thing. Which is why that when Lesnar fought Michael Hunt, I can't say Mike.
Why?
/Hunt. Oh. Because it sounds like Mike Hunt.
Mike Hunt was a great fighter in his day. Let me tell you, that bitch put up a hell of a fight.
Referee. When Brock Lesnar fought Mike Hunt out at the UFC pay-per-view, he didn't come out to his UFC theme. He came out to his Lesnar theme from WWE, which fit his character so much better going into the ring in UFC. When I saw that fight and he came out, he was doing the Lesnar thing, walking down to his WWE theme. I was like, how come UFC couldn't get this theme in the beginning? Is like, I honestly think Lesnar would have been more popular in the UFC.
Yeah. When you hear that shit hit, like, oh shit, Brock Lesnar's here. Yeah.
The night after WrestleMania.
I mean, WWE made him a superstar, bro. The song goes with it.
When John Cena lost to The Rock, I was at Carvano's house, was watching it. News reports came around right in the middle of the John Cena Rock match that Brock Lesnar, in the middle of their match, Wrestling Insider and Dave Meltzer reported Brock Lesnar just signed with the WWE in the middle of John Cena's match against The Rock, the first one.
Yeah.
That's why go rewatch that match. In the middle of the match, people start chanting, "We want Brock. We want Brock." People thought Brock Lesnar was going to come out and F5 John Cena at the end of the match.
Mm-hmm.
No, that was the next night. Everybody was waiting. In the beginning of Raw, you saw signs everywhere. Lesnar's back. Lesnar's back. And then Lesnar comes out while John Cena, was in
the ring. I just watched that recently, actually. Gave him the FU.
F5. Call The Rock down, good match, everything, shake the hand, 24 hours, boo-hoo. Super Cena will come back for it and, shake the hand. And Lesnar comes out and F5s him, and fucking as soon as when Lesnar's theme hit, the original theme, people are like, holy shit! Like, I even lost my mind because I watched it on television. I lost my mind. 11 o'clock at night, I was screaming. I was like, get the fuck out of here. That's insane.
He's a good entertainer, Lesnar, but, I mean, he's just a boring champ in my eyes. Like, he entertains a lot of people. He's just not my cup of tea.
And Lesnar's
I liked him back in the day.
Reason why, you see, people are wondering why WWE almost made $1 billion in profit this year.
Because of Brock. Overseas.
Money.
Overseas.
Yeah, money. They
love Brock.
But Bobby Lashley. Bobby, I had Bobby Lashley down for the win on this one.
All right.
I'm going to be honest. I like Drew. I like the gimmick. Drew comes off as an awesome person. Liked him when he came into the WWE in 2008 as the Chosen One gimmick.
Yeah.
That was great. That was a great gimmick. I honestly thought that gimmick would have made him World Heavyweight Champion.
Speaking of gimmicks, I'm going to bring it up right now that the NWO was backstage, the black and white, and Bayley came up, and Bayley is super corny now, in my opinion. Like, it's like the most hated person. I mean, I miss her hug days. I miss her hug days. That's how corny it is to me now.
She's playing the female Christian from 2011 when he won the world title, and then 2 nights later, Randy Orton beats him, and then it's the constant 3 months of one more match.
I'm thinking
that's what she's doing.
I'm thinking
because she wasn't at WrestleMania, she didn't have a match.
She reminds me right now, bro. She reminds me right now of a rights to censor, like Steven Richards type character mixed with that teacher or that tax guy, whatever the fuck his name was. That annoying, IRS, whatever. Like that's the vibe I'm getting from her, and I'm not
Bray
fucking
Wyatt's
with it.
Father, Bray Wyatt and Bo Dallas's father.
Next thing, are they brothers?
Yeah, Bo Dallas and Bray Wyatt are brothers, 112%.
Really?
Yep.
Next match is an elimination. IRS is their dad?
Yes.
What?
Yep. Go look it up.
I didn't know. But next match, I didn't really have a prediction for this one, so I crossed it out because I wasn't really sure at first. It was Naomi and Lana versus Billie Kay and Carmella. I must have walked away for a minute and missed the part where it was an elimination match. But this was a tag team thrown together.
Hold on. We're doing night 1, correct?
Yeah, Billie Kay and Carmella was a tag team thrown together, Michael Cole said. So usually those don't last, but they wound up taking out whoever it was, Naomi and Lana. Then I think Ruby Riot came out with
The Riot
Liv,
Squad.
and they were like, Ruby was the Joker, and Liv was that sexy Harley look, as always, that crazy shit she pulls off.
Yeah.
Knocked off Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke. It was funny. I mean, not funny, but Mandy Rose slipped coming down the ramp. I guess the ramp was wet from the rain.
It was raining.
Yeah, she slipped, and then she just caught herself like nothing happened.
Yeah.
Brings me later on, Randy Orton was like walking down to the ring, and like he checked. He like made sure. He was like, is it wet?
Imitates it.
Yeah, well, he was like, this is veteran shit. I know. I've been here before. You know, like, oh.
He's being a dick.
I know. But I wanted for sure Ruby and Liv to win.
I love you, Randy. Randy, don't
Italia
get mad. I love you, but
he is great. He is great.
You can be a dick.
Oh yeah, bro. That's the whole purpose, you know, of Randy Orton, bro.
You can be a dick.
He's the youngest. He was the youngest world heavyweight champion.
There
until,
are videos from 2005.
Who came along and beat his record?
Walking outside, dude. There are videos of him from 2005 and 6 of him walking into these arenas with fans and everything. He walks inside, and he comes back out 5 minutes later asking people, "Has anybody got any weed or cigarettes?"
Yeah.
It's on YouTube. You can go look for it yourself.
Sure.
Yeah.
He's probably a cool ass motherfucker, bro. He's just chill. He's laid back. He doesn't need to be the face of the company, but he's got enough pull in the industry.
Face of the company.
But I'm saying he's got enough pull in the industry that he's like one of the top guys. He always has been, always will be. That's why he was under Triple H from the very beginning, riding that evolution wave. Next gen, bro.
If I remember correctly, I think in like 07, 08, when he won his first WWE title, I think his contract was coming to an end. I think he signed like a contract to like 2025.
In 04?
At that point. Oh no, not the world title, the WWE title, where he was facing Shawn Michaels after he beat Triple H or John Cena for it.
Yeah.
I think he signed like a big time contract because Vince did not want him to leave because he was very talented. I believe the contract was to like 2025, and it was like
probably
a ridiculous odd amount of number a year.
Like, here, you want $10 million a year to wrestle? Yeah, sure, why not?
I mean, in today's time,
15 million a year.
Yeah, like there is competition, but WWE does say that AEW is not competition.
Yeah.
To me, that's like saying TNA is competition. TNA would be in competition with AEW.
I think it's just all to fit each other's needs, bro. Like, I mean, each brand to each their own. Like, whatever interests you, whichever story intrigues you the most, you're gonna tune into that show.
I mean, you want to know what turned me off of AEW after a year?
What?
The Big Show.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't think so. I was hyped for it, and then they were like, "He's next week. He's coming and announcing." I was like, "What?"
Because then a week later, Christian debuts.
Yeah.
And you want to know what's fucked up? I knew it was Christian, even though they made it a big hush hush. I knew it was Christian because when his theme music hit, I was like, that's Christian's TNA theme song, and fucking Christian walks out. I'm like, yeah.
I don't know. I like the
TNA theme redone.
I like the "if you close your eyes, your light will make it truth revealed" or whatever. I missed that blonde.
That one, but
that was my favorite one.
But here's the thing: WWE didn't want to pay. Now hold on.
AEW didn't want to pay to have the song.
No. In 2004, WWE did not want to pay Evanescence. The Christian's 04 to 2012-13 theme song is based off of the Evanescence song. When he went to TNA got the rights to buy My Last Breath and just used an instrumental version of it for Christian's TNA theme. That's what it is. Christian's actual TNA theme is a remix version of My Last Breath from Evanescence.
Yeah.
And you want to know why he chose Evanescence? They're both Canadian. Canadian.
I like Evanescence, bro. That song, "Wake Me Up,
from
Wake
Ontario.
Me Up Inside, Can't Wake Up." Remind me of the Daredevil movie. That's where like that song was popping. 03, 04. I don't know.
Junior high.
So next up, bro, we moving on to Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins. That's how high I am. I've been rolling too much. Seth Rollins versus Cesaro.
All right, Fred Durst, calm down.
I predicted Cesaro, and the reason why is because they had that little thing like the Cesaro. I picked him because of Seth's commercial slandering him. Like, it was kind of like a political commercial, and I think Cesaro deserved it, having a 10-year career. Like, this is his final, not final, but like this is his first solo moment finally. So he's always been tag team Sheamus or tag team the Bar.
Well, let's put it like this. Seth Rollins, over the past 4 years at WrestleMania, has gotten very lucky. He got to be Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. I was there the night after. I celebrated like a motherfucker. I was there in 2018, the night after SummerSlam at the Barclays Center.
Yeah.
Electric.
I'm sure.
Electric. As soon as Roman Reigns stepped out, we had the entire building in my lifetime, bro. I was part of the booing. I was WrestleMania where they had it at Stadium, and then they came back to the Barclays the next night. I was there for that. That was electric. I was there at the ending of the night where where Elias is sitting there, and he's just sitting in the spotlight. And then he goes, and if anybody interrupts me, there'll be a dead man. And then the gong hit, and I got fucking goosebumps up and down my fucking spine. And I was like, oh my God, the fucking Undertaker came out. I got to be there. I got to witness a real Undertaker entrance in real life.
Oh, I did too. At Nassau Coliseum back in the day, though.
No, SmackDown. You experience it today. It's a lot. It's a lot more bone chilling.
I don't know. Mine was like circa Eddie Guerrero. Like Eddie Guerrero was chilling on the ropes, like with his legs up, and Taker came out, and that to me was like fucking legendary.
Mine was just recently watching it on TV the entire time. You get those goosebumps when he's walking down the TV. It ain't the same feeling when you're in person. No,
it's not.
When I'll be honest.
When that glass breaks and Stone Cold comes out in person.
No. When you're in the building, the air conditioning's on. It's a decent temperature. No joke. When the Undertaker came out,
chills.
It was ice fucking cold. It got cold in the arena to where that everybody was, like I got goosebumps that ran up my back, ran up and down my back and freaked me the fuck out because it's like even like this. It's like, look at the goosebumps. It's like fucking talking about it. I was there.
It's real, bro. I mean, like there's nothing that will ever beat a real live in-person event. Whether you're even if it's a house show, I don't care. It's not a live television show. Just when the music hits and your favorite person comes out. A house show is even good. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It don't matter. It's live.
House shows are 10 times better. As much as WWE charges way too much for a house show,
I only went to
the house shows are actually a lot better because it's not all storylines.
Yeah. Well, I did a house show for the 25th anniversary. It was like the Saturday or the Sunday of the Raw 25th anniversary, and then like. They were celebrating 25 years that night. Kane came out. Braun Strowman put him through a fucking table, like it was fun as hell just to be there. But just to see Kane come out, it was insane, but it was not cool because I'm used to seeing Kane come out in person with real pyros, not just screens lit up with fake flames. Like when they explode and then like you're in the actual arena, it's like, whoa. But like when it's just like boom and it's like fake flames on the TV, you're like, yeah, it's cool. But the real flames would have been that much better. But
hey, thank God WWE learned from their mistakes. They brought the pyro back.
Well, yeah, I hope so. But I hope it's at every show too, house shows too, not just on live TV. But I get it; it's unsafe, but that just adds so much aesthetic to the showmanship of it.
It's not that. It's not that. The reason why they stopped doing it was because it was just too much money.
Well, get the fuck out of here.
But I'm guessing they might have gotten a good deal with a good company, and that company's doing all the rigging and doing everything themselves. So WWE doesn't have to worry about it. You
don't gotta have these guys on the road 300 fucking days a year doing 5 shows a week. Save the fucking pyro for the live TV shows. Do a couple house shows. Anyway, I mean, it's two insane performers.
I gotta go to the bathroom.
All right, I'll wait for you. These two people, man, we got a lot of stuff to cover here. This is Wrestlemania. Vincent Kennedy McMahon would love to proclaim for the rest of eternity. It just wouldn't be the same if it was anybody else. It's Vince's creation. He's got to come out with that keynote opening catchphrase that he loves so much. Anyway, you could take this time to check out our sponsors in the link below. We have PodDecks. We have Dr. SQUATCH soap, and we also have the Cut Buddy, which I usually use to get these fresh lines, but I haven't shaved in a while, so we'll get back to that next show. You know what I'm saying? He is back.
And plus also, for any of your COVID-19 vaccines, questions, inquiries, anything about the coronavirus 19 virus, please go to louderwithcrowder.com for all the full facts. And for everything that's going on in India right now with the coronavirus spread, we are very sorry here in America, and our president. You know the thing. He doesn't give a shit about you. Okay. It is very sad that over 1,000 fucking people in India are being cremated as we speak right now because of the coronavirus surge over there. So to our fans in India, you're in our hearts. Stay healthy, do what you need to do, and don't watch your country's news. Watch another reputable news channel that's going to tell you the real facts, because a lot of people are trying to lock you down.
Yeah. Well,
and this virus is something to worry about. In my view, only for the elderly and certain people that are within our age group that have certain ailments that could cause to give you the coronavirus. Go get a vaccine.
Not me.
I'm not saying I'm anti-vax. No. I'm not saying I'm anti-vax, but I'm not getting the vaccine.
Yeah, I'm not either. But
I'm 30 years old. As fat as I look, I'm actually totally healthy.
I would
so there's no reason for me to get it.
I would totally do it if I'm guaranteed free medical for life. Until then, have a nice day.
I'm not being nobody's guinea pig.
So, but let's get back to this. Let's finish off this one. It's two insane performers.
louderwithcrowder.com.
There you go. Make that plug. Two insane performers though. Seth and Cesaro was a pretty dope match. There was 23 swings, bro. The man who never tires.
I know, the record. Record.
He did a fucking helicopter spin, then he did 23, and I'm just like, damn, bro, this guy never fucking gets tired, like dizzy. Like, that was crazy. But next up, bro, we got your boys. We got New Day versus AJ Styles and Amos.
New Day rocks.
I predicted. I'm not gonna lie. I definitely predicted.
I thought
AJ
New
and
Day was
Amos.
gonna win.
Nah, I had Amos because I was like this big giant at his first match. They've been hyping him up for so long. So Xavier and Kofi with Big E. Fucking Kofi was like twerking to the trumpet New Day rocks. I don't know what was going on there. I'm like, no, he was like literally twerking his ass, bro. I was just like, what the fuck, man? I wanted AJ to just kick him like right where the sun don't shine.
Kofi's awesome.
I know, but I just wanted AJ.
Kofi's awesome.
AJ backed up like, what the fuck? I was like, I just wanted him to go, yeah, fuck you, and just kick him in the ass, bro.
Kofi has been in the WWE since 2007. Kofi's awesome. Leave him alone.
There's nothing against him. I know the New Day is great, bro.
Him and Xavier Woods make a great fucking tag team. Yeah. I am so glad.
Xavier Woods.
I am so glad that Xavier Woods. I am so glad that Austin Creed was able to get away from TNA and come to fucking WWE, because Austin Creed is an awesome fucking guy. He is funny. He used to be Apollo Creed.
Yeah, Apollo Creed.
In fucking
right. That was TNA.
In TNA. And no, Consequences Creed. He used to be Consequences Creed, came out in the fucking Rocky style, fucking Apollo, fucking, boxing gimmick and everything.
Really?
And then he came to yeah, you can look him up. Consequences Creed.
I never really watched him.
He used to be in a tag team with Jay Lethal.
Well, I never really watched TNA. That's the whole thing. I was never a TNA.
Oh, back then TNA was great. That's the reason why we have AJ Styles.
Yeah, no, I know. Well, I saw AJ at Ring of Honor at Sports Plus back in the day, and I saw Samoa Joe there also, and I saw AJ put somebody through a table with Styles Clash off like the second rope. Fucking insane shit.
AJ was the reason. AJ, Samoa Joe, unfortunately Kevin Nash, Jeff Jarrett, even though he bought the company, they all turned TNA into a big thing. And
Angle was there, Flair was there, Sting was there.
This is more towards AJ. AJ was probably the best talent in TNA back then. But TNA was a lot better back then. Consequences Creed, he was awesome. He became X Division champion, I think, for like 8 months, and he lost the belt. Then he was in a tag team with Jay Lethal at the time when Jay Lethal was going, oh yeah, we're gonna go in there, and I'm the Black Machismo, yeah. Kevin Nash tried to get the most out of everybody in the X division, so Jay Lethal came up with the guy who impersonates gimmicks, and he pulled off the Black Machismo, the fucking Macho Man.
I remember him doing Flair too.
It was like, oh yeah, look at this Miss Carla over here, she's looking fine, and everything is looking so, man, I'm gonna break it out. Jay Lethal as the Black Machismo was great. They were TNA Tag Team Champions for like 6 months.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And then Austin's contract ended with TNA, and then he went to WWE, went to NXT. Then he was the part of the NXT Tag Team Champions with Brad Maddox.
All right.
Then the sex tape came out with Paige, and
my man, Lucky hitting that ass.
Oh yeah.
Paige Baddie, bro. I love that. Like, she like,
I'm gonna get me a John Deere and I'm gonna plow that ass.
yo.
That's what the boys up by you be saying. Like, I'm gonna go get a John Deere and I'm a 40 and then I'm gonna plow that ass.
Funny,
I'm a crack dealer with a heart of gold.
My neighbor got a John Deere. He's trying to get fixed. I was like, I thought those things never break, bro.
They don't, but it really depends on how hard you push it.
I guess so. But anyway, yeah, aside from that, like, whole twerking with the trumpet, I mean, they said it was a handicap style match versus AJ, and in my opinion, it looked like a handicap style, but like a tornado handicap where both guys are just in beating the shit out of you at the same time. Until Amos got in, then it was like a legit handicap match. Like, they couldn't touch that guy. It was pretty cool seeing him. Like, just being this next big giant in WWE, like a squash match. And then
I'm really glad they didn't Nathan Jones him.
Well, we got 2 new tag team champions now because of him. I'd say that's a hell of a debut, if you ask me. WrestleMania.
Yeah, well,
title.
They took the formula that they did with Nathan Jones when they put him with The Undertaker against Albert and Big Show at WrestleMania 19. Remember, it ended up becoming Undertaker versus Show and Albert. Mm-hmm. Then Nathan Jones at the last second comes in with a big boot, and then the Undertaker choke slams Albert and the Big Show, and then he pins the Big Show 1, 2, 3. Mm-hmm. It was supposed to be a tag team match, but Nathan Jones was so bad he couldn't wrestle.
Yeah.
So they made it a handicap
I think he
match.
Went to like acting shortly after. Mm-hmm. He was in a movie or two. And that was like
he moved to Australia, was in a couple of movies, then he got arrested for bar fights.
Big motherfucker too.
Kind of like what's his face? I was just watching the Insane Clown Posse fucking YouTube shoot the other day. I'm trying to remember the name of the guy. Tank Abbott. Nathan Jones and Tank Abbott, you get them into a fucking bar, man, they'll fucking bar fight people for real.
Oh, yeah, Tank Abbott? I remember that dude.
Tank Abbott MMA used to be a professional bar fighter.
Yeah, well, he used to be like a professional MMA guy, too, like the Octagon days, WCW, original Octagon, not
Tank Abbott UFC. Was a fucking beast, bro. You want to have somebody on your side in a bar fight? Oh, hell yeah. I want Tank Abbott.
I think
he's professional at
didn't
that.
him and Scott Steiner go at it for real, though, and Steiner kicked his ass?
Barely.
I thought that was the
Barely kicked his ass?
Still kicked his ass.
Still doesn't matter. Barely is barely.
Ah, look at these little muscles. But yo, moving on to one of my favorites, one of your favorites, your boy Shane O'Mac. Here comes the money.
I love that theme song.
Money versus Braun Strowman.
I love that theme song.
In a steel cage match, my prediction was Braun. Obviously being Braun. It's an ambush, obviously. Shane's made a career off of this. X-Punk days, etc. Coast to coast. I mean, at what, 50 years old, he pulls off a coast to coast. I'm like, damn, Shane, you still doing this shit, bro? You got bigger grapefruits than your old man.
He fell off the cell fucking 4 WrestleManias ago against The Undertaker.
I know. But I'm saying, like, he's got bigger grapefruits than his old man at this point, growing up in the business.
No. Remember, during that time, Vince was in his 40s. Shane was in his 30s. And Vince was taking fucking garbage cans, ladders, fucking sledgehammers, tearing his quads.
But not falls. Falls is a scary shit, bro. I don't know. I'm scared of heights. I'd rather take a steel chair.
Shane McMahon made a career out of it.
Than fucking falling. I know.
He made a career out of it ever since he fell off the fucking stage against Steve Blackman.
The Titantron, yeah, with the kendo stick. I watched that the other day. Anyway, it was weird. I mean, like, Braun, like, Shane was gonna get away. Braun ripped the cage, pulled him through, you know, obviously destroyed him.
That was cool.
That was a cool moment. And then when he took that, like, big fall from the top where Braun, like, slammed him down, dude, I thought, like, damn, bro, Shane, you're out of your mind, man. Like, who's stupid now? Braun said, and I'm just like, you know, obviously Shane for taking falls like that at 50 plus years old, however old he is now.
Let Shane take whatever he wants.
But,
the guy survived a helicopter crash.
Yeah, that's true. You know, I mean, that's insane.
Right here in the Hamptons.
Fucking motherfucker is crazy. That's for sure. I do love Shane McMahon. I always did love Shane McMahon. I remember when he came back a couple WrestleManias ago. It was like
and went to SmackDown 3 days later. Looked like nothing happened.
I do respect Shane McMahon like immensely. That dude's one of the greats.
Really sucks he's not going to get control of the company.
He'll always be there, though. He's always going to be there. There ain't no getting rid of him. Whether Stephanie and Triple H get it, family run, family billionaires for life. So we're going to move on to the 2020 Hall of Fame class. The inductees, NWO, JBL. I didn't get the third guy's name. He was like a different wrestler. I forgot. Then we had William Shatner in the celebrity wing. Nikki and Brie Bella.
Jushin Thunder Liger.
Who was it?
Jushin Thunder Liger.
That was who the third one was?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know who he was, and they went over it so quick I couldn't write it down.
The fucking guy with the mask and everything. Jushin Thunder Liger.
Okay. We have Nikki and Brie Bella, well-deserved for the women's division. British Bulldog, Titus O'Neil with the Warrior Award, seeing some of the things that they said he did was pretty cool. I think that's well-deserved because it's all about giving back and not so much about, you know, always money or being the biggest, baddest face of the industry, but the things you do behind the scene really show and shape your character for who you really are as a person. So for him to get the Warrior Award, that was dope.
Want to throw this in here? The British Bulldog getting the induction, in my opinion, way too late to get it.
Yeah, I'd say so. I could agree with that.
He should have gotten it. He should have gotten it the year he died.
What year was that?
But 2002 or 1, I don't remember which one. I think he died before before Mr. Perfect.
I mean,
but
one thing.
But main reason why I bring it up is Davey Boy Smith Jr. Harry Smith. He's about to sign a contract with the WWE to come back, and he's going to reprise his father's role and continue on the legacy as the British Bulldog. That's why that he had Matilda.
All right. Yeah, I think I agree with that though.
And
He
he
definitely
looked
could have.
pretty good for his age. He looked pretty damn good for his age.
Yeah.
And that's because he's been wrestling in Japan.
Yeah, well, you gotta keep that heart pumping, the blood flowing, bro. That's what keeps you alive. I mean, as far as the NWO goes, that's one of the only things that WCW created, even though WWE gets the credit for it now, purchasing all of the WCW's rights and shit like that. So it was cool to see them inducted, but their creation of Eric Bischoff or whoever in actuality on the WCW end.
Eric Bischoff didn't just start in WCW. He started in AWA thanks to Vern Gagne back in the late 80s.
That's pretty much how JR started too, though, with Gagne. Vern.
JR was in the AWA scene, and he was also in Texas and stuff like that.
Smoky Mountain.
No, well, Smoky Mountain, yes, because he's good friends with fuck you, Jim Cornette.
Fuck you, Jim.
But WCCW, World Class Championship Wrestling, which was owned by the Von Erichs.
Aha. Yeah. Well,
And also
it's I still get a thrill out of
Bill Watts.
Yeah,
Cowboy Bill Watts.
Yep, you're right, 100%. I still get a kick out of JR and Schiavone, whatever the fuck, commentating side by side.
WWE commentator and a WCW commentator. It's weird.
I absolutely love it though. It's two of the best side by side from two different worlds. I mean, like obviously King being my other favorite, and maybe Bobby Heenan being on the other end for WCW, or that other guy who was
Mike Tenay.
Mike Tenay, yeah, you know.
Who was a TNA commentator all the way up until
You got me. I never watched TNA.
2013. And now Mike Tenay now works in WWE in the production. And so does Jeremy Borash, who used to be the ring announcer for TNA.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because TNA now uses Christy Hemme as the ring announcer.
Really?
Yes, when Christy Hemme left the WWE.
How's she looking these days?
She looks like a total MILF.
Yeah, I'm sure. All of them do.
She looks like your type of MILF that's addicted to coke, keeps the really good body, and knows how to have a good time. Just very energetic.
She always had that though, that energy, that little spicy redhead.
As soon as her contract was done in WWE, she went to TNA. She's been there since 2006.
She always had that little ginger fire to her, that little firecracker.
She's no longer a redhead.
Whatever. She always had it though.
She's a brunette, and she looks hot as a brunette. She looks hotter as a brunette.
She probably always was a brunette, or what? Nobody knew what her original hair was. I don't think that was her original red hair. Maybe it was. Maybe it wasn't. I don't know.
Nah. Red isn't that type of red.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, even if she was red, she could have dyed it that red, though, you know? But anyway, my favorite match, honestly, I don't know if I have notes here anywhere else, if there was another favorite match, maybe on night 2, but my favorite match, which is Booker T commentator, is Miz and Morrison versus Bad Bunny and Damian Priest.
Bad Bunny! I'll give Bad Bunny a lot of credit.
First reaction of this match, I was like, what the fuck? Like, it's stupid. I just thought stupid, like, because I was like, he's having a match. I was like, he's not even a wrestler. I said, this is just trying to be a reach now for, you know, views and likes and what can we pull in. Not gonna lie, became my favorite fucking match of WrestleMania 37, unless I have notes elsewhere.
Actually, I was going over Sports Illustrated and all these other websites before we got on.
My prediction was
every
Bad
single
Bunny.
website said that every single website said that was probably the best match of night 1.
Yeah, I mean, my prediction was Bad Bunny for the reason that
besides the main event, this was probably the best match of the night.
They're giving him his WrestleMania moment, and I already sense a celebrity wing Hall of Fame induction in this man's future with his accolades from like the whole Spotify rundown they gave us of all his sales worldwide.
Give Bad Bunny a lot of credit.
Like that.
Give him a lot of credit. I watched the match. He could take bumps. He's pretty good, and he's at the young age to where that he can do it. So he can learn it. He's at that young age.
Yo, I mean,
and also if you're a lifelong fan like he is,
that's the whole thing.
you can do your rap career. You can still do a wrestling career, you know?
Mhm.
Rapping doesn't need you to sit there and
All the time, unless you're touring, but WWE needs you to tour all the time.
guess what? Nobody's touring right now. Go make some money. Go fucking
Yeah.
get on the grind and you know,
Side
you already
hustle
got a
it.
contract. Exactly.
I mean, I just didn't see them letting a celebrity lose, like I said, because of the I thought maybe Damian Priest would carry the match, but I mean, Bunny was getting put over great. I mean,
Bunny had a good night
Morrison,
on that night.
not gonna lie, Morrison.
He was injured. He was injured.
Who was injured?
He's been having
Morrison.
Yeah, Morrison's been having leg issues.
Wasn't even talking about his performance for the night. I'm saying Morrison looked like a B grade celebrity version of Riff Raff. He had like the half-ass mullet going on. I was like, this guy trying to be Riff Raff? He ain't got the $1 million mullet. Who do you think he is?
The whole point of Miz and Morrison, that is the new Eminem. It's funny how it works. When he left Joey Mercury and Melina, that was the old Eminem.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's the Miz and Morrison.
The new Eminem.
It's Eminem 2.0. Mm-hmm. But they're called the Dirt Sheet.
That's what they call themselves?
Yes, they back in the early 2007 to 2012, they used to be a tag team. They called Miz and Morrison, just as they are now, and they used to host a YouTube/WWE TV segment on the internet for like 25 minutes a day, or like once a week, and it was called the Dirt Sheet. And they would go from celebrities to wrestlers to fucking your milkman and the postman. Just ranking on him. So this is a gimmick coming back to life in a different persona, because now they're playing it again.
Yeah,
exactly. But now it's parodying. It's funny how it works. In the 80s, there was Weird Al. People thought Weird Al was just that fucking weird ass guy. Meanwhile, he was in a couple of movies. He was a Naked Gun. Fucking that actually helped his parody career. Then in the 90s, he came back with Nirvana, this, that, the other thing. Then it was quiet for a long time. Mm-hmm. Chamillionaire comes out with Riding Dirty. He gives Weird Al the blessing. He gives him the blessing for fucking White and Nerdy, which actually made Chamillionaire more money because he gave Weird Al the okay to parody it.
Yeah.
And then it dies down for a while, comes out with an album after that. It's quiet for a little while. Then Lady Gaga comes out with Born This Way and everything. And then he starts parodying it again. Then he comes out with another album, because now the next 5-6 years, parodies are good.
Of course.
There's the guy on YouTube.
It's always been.
There's a guy on YouTube called Bart Baker.
Excuse me.
Bart Baker is the new Weird Al.
Yeah.
Go watch his videos from 2010.
How do you spell it? About Bar, B-A-R?
No, Bart, B-A-R-T.
Bart Baker.
Baker, yeah. He is the new Weird Al. Watch his videos from 2010 to 2018. Those are his best videos.
All right.
Best videos. Best parodies.
Check out Bart Baker. But
yeah, Miz and Morrison, they are the parody tag team.
Well, I was just saying like even they started rapping and shit, and I was like, or they did it like on like a segment before. I think they were like trying to spit or sing or make music or whatever the fuck they were doing, and I was just like, this motherfucker's like a wannabe Riff Raff. Like he's got this mullet with the sunglasses and shit.
They used to rap back then. They used to pick on fucking Drake back in the day, and Morrison would sit there and rap about it, because he back then it was a lot cooler. The memories, man.
It really was. It was. I mean, growing up, there's nothing like growing up watching it when it's still like a show, but the older you get, you find out like it is really only entertainment, but the belief that you are suspended in when you're a younger person growing up watching, it's like, yo, this shit's so entertaining. It still is.
How about this? I was in the business for a while. I watch it as a fan. I still feel like I don't know anything that goes behind the scenes. And then, like 2 days later, I go and rewatch it, and I'm like, okay, so this is what they did. This is what they did.
Pick it
Okay, so
apart.
they might have done some backs. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's weird. Like, I watch it live. I'm a total fan. I am totally into the thing. Totally into it. 3 days later, let's dissect this.
Yeah, well, that's what we do here with Wrestling with Time. That's the goal, kid. Watch the pay-per-view, break it down, give your favorite parts, and this way, in 20 years, we can look back and be like, yo, remember when we did this shit? Like, this is shit we wish we would have did 10 years ago or knew about 15 years ago to document and go over. I mean, the tides turn, but I mean, he takes it as good as he gives it, Bad Bunny. Back to that, like you said, taking those bumps. I really didn't think I would enjoy this match as much as I did.
I said, probably the best match of the night besides the main event.
He tags Priest in, double signature, double pin, kick out at 2. Expression when pigs fly. Well, bunnies apparently fly because that motherfucker was jumping off shit all night.
Across bodies.
I was like,
jumping.
That's the first thing that comes to my mind. Like, yo, when pigs fly, like that good old expression. Okay. And I'm thinking, just the entertainer, rapper.
Bunny jumps.
Bunnies fly, baby. Bunnies fly, man.
They jump, they hop.
Yo, he did that some crazy power bomb pile driver reversal. I don't even know what the fuck to call it. Like an LOD style finish to top the match off. Like, but what would you call that power bomb joint? That little, you saw it, right? Where he did the reverse, and then he like, boom. I was like, yo, that shit was dope.
I don't know. Would you call it a Canadian destroyer? No.
I have no idea what the fuck a Canadian destroyer is.
Look up Petey Williams, 2007, and look up Canadian destroyer. He pretty much looks like he's going to pile drive you.
Yeah, and then flips over into a power bomb.
No, what he does is he puts you like he's going to hit you for a pedigree, but instead of you going, it's hard to explain. Here's the guy. Here's the guy that he's doing the move on. Yeah. When he goes to do it, he flips the guy to where that literally he lands on his head, and the guy who does the move is landing on his back.
Yeah. Okay.
It's hard to explain.
I'll look it up. What the hell is it called?
Petey Williams as Canadian Destroyer. Petey Williams is pretty much the inventor of the move.
Yeah, I don't know. It sounds like it could be it. Petey Williams.
Yep.
But
and then after that, and then after that, look up Petey Williams with Scott Steiner with Steiner math.
Yeah.
Oh, if I got 2 minutes, let me do it. Okay, hold on. Interviewer comes in and goes, Scott Steiner, you have a triple threat match against Samoa Joe and Kurt Angle at Sacrifice. Well, let me tell you something about that. There's a triple threat match, and that means that I only got a 33 and a third chance of winning. And that means Kurt Angle's got the same chances, and so does Samoa Joe. But they both know that I am going to win the match, so I get 66 and 1/3 chance of winning or 2/3 chance of winning. Because Kurt Angle knows he can't beat me. So I take his 33 and a third chance, and now it's just me against Samoa Joe. And then he doesn't even have 33 and a third % because I take 15 of that. So I got more chances of winning at Sacrifice. It's hysterical.
Yeah,
it's Steiner math. It's called Steiner math. It is hysterical. You will laugh your ass off. At the end of the promo, Petey Williams, the camera pans to Petey Williams, and he's doing this. He's going, the fuck are you talking about? I shit you not. The camera just pans to him as Scott's talking all this bullshit, and you just see the camera pan to him. And thank God Petey Williams has got the glasses on because you couldn't see his face. He's wearing the glasses. He's like this. The camera pans to him. He's going, what?
Hollywood Maniacs. You got your Hulkamaniac sunglasses there, kid. The Hollywood glasses.
Well, let me tell you something, dude. All right, when the 24-inch pythons and Hulkamania and the 25,000 WrestleMania fans that are sitting at the Raymond James Stadium, what are you gonna do when they come running wild on you?
Good shit, kid. You've been working over there. You've been working on them. That was classic.
Hogan's an easy voice to do.
But
the Macho Man is a very easy voice to do.
They got that LOD style finish. You know, Priest has him up. He's flying again. Bunny's fly. It was an insane match in my opinion. But like you said in the beginning, bro, like being a fan almost inspires me. Like I could do it. It's never too late. You know, backyard wrestling days. DDP didn't start till he was 35, and I'm on that DDPY, brother. Bang!
Yeah, times are different though.
But
medical reasons why. There's a reason why that a lot of good people can't come back to the WWE because they can't be medically cleared.
Oh yeah.
Reason why that RVD can't come back is because they won't medically clear him.
RVD ain't come back because he's smoking weed, bro.
No, that's technically not it.
Wait,
technically,
wasn't he in the Hall of Fame too?
He was just inducted. Yeah.
Is there
2021?
I'm saying there's a night 2 induction also, right?
Yes, for the 2021 Hall of Fame.
Oh yeah, so the first one was
on night 2.
Oh yeah, you're right. The first one, so 2020 Hall of Fame was the NWO, and then they did that on night 1. The 2020.
2021 was Eric Bischoff
because they couldn't do it in front of people, so they postponed it a year.
There's a reason why that JBL took over for the 2020 for Batista because Batista wanted to be in front of more people than 25,000 people.
Yeah. Movie star. We get it, Big Dave. You went Hollywood on us. You went Rocky on us.
No, it's not even that. He even said he's like,
he's a
25,000 people's cool.
But I'm a guardian of the galaxy, man.
No, he had an interview and they asked him, like, how come you're not going? He's like, I understand they're going to have fans, but it's not going to be a sold out arena. It's not going to be a real authentic way of being inducted on how the ceremony's supposed to be. So when the time is right again and we're at full capacity and the crowd's energized and everything, I will be inducted. We already made this agreement, but it's for right now. The time's the way it's looking. I'm more interested in having a full energy there, not just 25,000 people and then a shit ton of TV screens.
Yeah, of course.
I'm glad that they're doing what they're doing because they're making the best of it. They can make their money. People can go perform, but it's just the fact of the matter is that, it's to have that energy.
Yeah.
And for Batista to be sitting there from 2003 all the way up until 2015, whatnot, fucking sitting there every Hall of Fame. He knows what it's like. So for him to be inducted, he wants that same type of feeling as every wrestler does.
Yeah, bro. Of course, man. I don't blame it. But JBL was like, I'll take that spot. Hell yeah, give it to me, man. I got you. Dude, I'm a wrestling god.
I am a wrestling god.
It's funny because I knew Seth was going to say that in his match too, actually. He was like, I am a god. And I was like, oh, man, here we go. Another wrestling god. But
no, Seth Rollins can't take that because JBL has that copyrighted.
Hold up 1 minute. So, yeah.
Welcome back, dudes. We're getting back to the greatest WrestleMania ever. Hold at the Raymond James Stadium, dude.
I don't know about the best
hosted
one,
by
Hulk.
me, Hulk Hogan.
But I bringing it back to that though in the beginning though, I think like after Hogan got like all that racist shit last year, I was wondering if they just put him with Tyson.
He came out to a whole bunch of boos,
yeah. Well, I mean not Tyson. I'm sorry, we were talking about Tyson before. I'm thinking of
Titus O'Neil.
Yeah, Titus. Like I think they put him with Titus O'Neil purposely to like ease the tensions, maybe. Because
Titus isn't wrestling anymore, so
I know,
Titus is doing good PR.
Not talking about that. That's what I'm saying in general, though. But I'm saying also, I've heard a lot of
PR. No, it's strictly PR because that's why he got the 2020. Yeah, that's
No,
why
I
he
know.
got the 2021
I'm not talking about that, but
Warrior Award.
I'm talking about like the black and the white guy accused of racist allegations or whatever the case may be.
Yes, but
It's good
yeah,
PR, like you say, to build up,
to the point where I
his
go
character.
is that Titus O'Neil got the Warrior Award this year.
Yeah.
Public relations.
I know.
John Cena's not around no more.
Yeah.
Guarantee if John Cena was around, they would have put Hulk Hogan and John Cena out there, and they probably would have cheered Hulk Hogan.
Nah.
It's a PR thing. It's the PR stunt at the time, and still to this day, John Cena holds the most Make-A-Wish Foundation
I know that.
wishes
Like
in the world.
I know.
And most of them was done through the WWE.
Of course.
So it's a public relations thing.
Probably one of the most famous men in the world.
But Titus O'Neil is taking over the reins for public relations.
Yeah.
If you catch the drift, John Cena did all that.
But
Titus O'Neil's doing
that
it.
wasn't what I was getting at, though. Is what I was getting at is like I've heard some black guys say Hogan's the most down white brother of all time, and I've heard other black people, like other black superstars, wrestlers, people who he's brushed up against, say he's a racist piece of shit, and that's just the way it is because maybe he thinks him being Hulkamania, he could get away with whatever he wants whenever he wants, but someone called him on his shit and. So I'm saying that I feel like they're trying after the press tried to slander him and like degrade him, especially after the sex tape thing with his boy Bubba's wife.
That's exactly what I was just going to bring up.
Now they're trying.
That's actually what got him in all this shit.
Yeah, I'm saying they're trying to fix his image of being Hulkamania, like one of the biggest superstars of all time. So put him with the black guy, show him how down a brother is. Just my opinion. He's a cool guy.
Hulk. None of this would have happened if you weren't caught having sex with your best friend's wife.
That's what happens. None
of this would have happened. Look, it's not the cultural background where he came from. In the rap industry, in the hip hop industry, there is a domination of a certain color and certain race which dominates the hip hop genre. It just so happens that Brooke Hogan wanted to be like Paris Hilton and be a rapper / pop star. Hey, Hulk Hogan, Terry Bollea really wasn't okay with the fact of a certain genre of music. If she was to pick anything else, they're all mixed. But for the fact that hip hop is owned by one color, it's not, I wouldn't say color, but one ethnicity. He's a little, maybe on the ethnic side, I don't want, how many white women are in fucking rap? Honest to God, besides Bad Barbie.
Bad Baby?
Bad Barbie, Bad Baby, whatever her name is.
Yeah. And
Danielle Bregoli. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Danielle Bregoli, Miley Cyrus, and
he doesn't even really rap. Miley's just like kind of just a pop star. She's like
no. Miley's that type of crossover star. She could do pretty much any type of genre.
Absolutely. I'm just saying she's not really labeled rapper,
No, hold on. When she had that sexual stage, she was doing nothing but rapping.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and she was caught with Birdman and a couple of other people, so we'll just leave it at that. I love Miley too much. Miley's too hot. Miley's my type of girl.
I do too.
Miley's my type of girl.
I've always had something for Miley. Freak. Right in your face, rock star chick.
Yeah. Spontaneous, fucking do whatever the fuck you want. Yep. Wear the fishnets all the time. Yeah, bro. She is the classic. No, Miley is the 80s chick reborn in today's society.
Yeah.
100%. This fucking skin tight leathers, the spandex.
Flower child too,
Yeah. But the hip hop genre is owned by that color and ethnicity, and that type of color is the one who pretty much have taken over it since the 80s.
Yeah.
So idealistically, how many white girls are in hip hop. There's not a lot. Pop music, there's a shit ton. Pop music, rock music, country, give or take, there's not a lot of black country singers, but there are making more appearances.
Yeah. It's just,
you know, like
dude, things that were unheard of before, like we're starting to break down like barriers
exactly
and social constructs and things
exactly.
that held us back from doing what we really wanted to do.
At the time, the only woman rapper that was out there was Paris Hilton. She got her fame from sleeping with a bunch of people and being the heiress to the Hilton fucking name. She started a rap career for a little while. She was probably the only white girl that was in rapping at the time. And now Brooke Hogan, who looks actually at the time, Brooke Hogan looked like a thicker version of Paris Hilton.
She was bad. Brooke was bad. I haven't seen her lately, but she was definitely
She
hot.
looked like a thicker version of Paris Hilton. She did. She looked like
that song. She did that song with Paul Wall.
Yeah. She looked like a filled out Paris Hilton, not a skinny cocaine bitch, but actually like healthy looking.
Mm-hmm.
And Hogan was a little like, you know, I don't want these fucking guys banging my hot daughter.
Of course.
You know, like
daddy instinct.
Exactly. So Hogan's won the talk. I'm one to talk. Everybody's got their own opinion, but the way I look at it is, you know, why did you let Bubba the Love Sponge video record you and his wife having sex? I just don't get it.
Bubba the
I
Love
don't.
Sponge. The Love Sponge.
I mean, 24-inch pythons doesn't compare to a fucking looks like a fucking 7-inch dick.
Oh, Lord.
That means me and the Hulkster are the same size. Yeah, brother.
Yo, it's funny because I was watching a YouTube video recently where Hulk was talking about like lying on his dick, like being like 12 inches or 20 inches or some shit. He was like, well, it was just the Hulkamaniac persona or some shit. It was one of those
yeah.
I don't even know if it was like a real video or if it was just some bullshit of like people
the
quoting
sex
clickbait
tape that he did with Bubba the Love Sponge's wife, that was Terry Bollea. That was Terry Bollea. That wasn't Hulk Hogan. That was the real life Terry Bollea.
Yeah.
And as much people want to say that Hulk Hogan, Terry Bollea is Hulk Hogan out in the real world. No, he's Terry Bollea. If he gets recognized as Hulk Hogan comes out.
Yeah.
But if nobody, like if you're just walking past him and you had no idea who he was, that's Terry Bollea. But if you walk up to him and recognize him going, that's Hulk Hogan, Terry Bollea turns into Hulk Hogan going, what do you want, brother?
Yeah. Right. Part of the gimmick, living the gimmick.
Exactly. But if you wouldn't know him through a hole in the wall,
Yeah.
My name's Terry. How you doing?
That's a fact.
This is how I talk, brother. The way I talk in the TV is the same way I talk at home, dude.
I remember when I used to go to Florida when I was a kid, driving past like Clearwater Beach and like taking a boat tour, and they were like, that's Hulk Hogan's house over there. And they did tell us that like they saw him one time on a boat and he waved. And they drove past his house one time and they waved, and he was just like, I guess not having it that day. Like, all right. Or maybe he didn't even wave, just like, oh, bunch of crazy fans. But maybe it was just because it was his personal house and he just didn't want people to know where he lived, which is understandable. But when he's on his own boat, he'll wave like, hey, what up?
You go to fucking Smithtown, you go to Nessaquag, you go north towards Stony Brook on the Nessaquag River, you are guaranteed to pass McFoley's house. That's all I got to say. I work there. I know exactly where it is.
This motherfucker. Nessaquag, where he lives at? That's a nice area.
Off the river.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's still nice
dude, the neighborhood, $1.7 million homes.
I know. Yeah, I know.
Fucking nice houses.
I know the area fairly well. Let's just say, I used to go up there all the time, bro. North Beach, Long Beach, Short Beach, whatever.
That's over by the disability center.
Hold up. Throw in the little thing at the end. Little thing, but we'll finish off with the KOD, kid. It's a pretty dope variation of a torture rack into the X Factor, which was insane for me. That was my one note on the Bianca Belair Sasha Banks match. I was predicting that Bianca won. I kind of wanted her to get her moment since WrestleMania.
You want to know something?
Since
The
Royal
women,
Rumble. Since Royal Rumble,
the women got their moment this year.
Yeah, it was dope.
The men didn't.
Dope. Bianca was like whipping Sasha with that hair, man.
She was using it as a whip.
I mean, she deserves the W. She's beautiful. She's talented. Insane performer. And I think she's like
married to
what's his name? Yeah.
To one of the fucking Street Profits.
Yes, SP. Yep. The skinny one.
Yeah.
I can't think of his name.
The one with the fucking Michael Jackson glove in the Solo Cup.
I can't think of his name right now, but yeah, she is married to him. That's dope. Well, when you're on the road, you need to be married to someone who's doing the same shit as you.
Buddy Murphy was dating was engaged to Alexa Bliss for like the longest time. They broke up 6 months later. Yeah, 6 months later, she's dating fucking Ryan Cabrera from the fucking band Bowling for Soup.
Shit.
And now guess what? They're engaged. Ryan Cabrera from Bowling for Soup.
Yeah, I never really listened to their music.
Is getting married to Alexa Bliss.
That's so bad.
Bowling for Soup did fucking Phineas and Ferb for Disney Channel.
Never watched
it. After they came out with like their like first like 2 albums.
Yeah.
They were the people who created Phineas and Ferb for the Disney Channel were big fans of Bowling for Soup. They got Bowling for Soup to do all the songs for the show.
That's dope. I never really watched Phineas and Ferb though, so I can't.
It's really a good. You want to know something for a cartoon Disney Channel show?
Yeah.
It's actually pretty entertaining.
Yeah.
Get high and watch it. It's very entertaining.
I've been watching Dexter's Laboratory over, like some Powerpuff Girls, bro, like the old Tom and Jerry.
Phineas and Ferb was made in 2006 and it ran to like 2011. Like it was a really good show. It was a really good show.
The kids at my job talk about it. I just never watched it. Never caught on to a lot of the modern day cartoons and shit. But
Phineas and Ferb is a good Disney Channel cartoon show. I'm 30 years old and I will admit that. And that's a current cartoon. That's a good one. Like The Amazing World of Gumball. I love The Amazing World of Gumball. That is such a retardedly funny show.
Yeah.
Get really stoned.
What the fuck is it on?
Cartoon Network.
What's it called?
The Amazing World of Gumball.
The Amazing World of Gumball?
Yeah, you watch that show. That is some funny ass shit.
I'll let you know.
That is a funny ass show. Get nice and high, watch it. You'll laugh your ass off.
I've been watching Johnny Bravo, bro. That motherfucker would be considered so sexist today.
Nothing beats the classics.
Like they'd be like, "Oh, Johnny Bravo's sexist. He just thinks every woman's so pretty, mama."
You know, I was based off of Elvis Presley. Uh-huh.
That motherfucker, bro. Wait, but yo. So fucking yeah. So Bianca Belair gets the W, bro. She gets the W.
Sasha Banks should have had it, only for the fact that they could have turned this into a really good program, to where it could have continued on. Only because Sasha Banks went heel that night.
Yeah.
And she came out as a heel champion and lost as a heel loser. So I honestly think that she should have came out as the victor in this match, because it could have made the program so much more better, because then what would have ended up happening probably in the next month, we would have had Bayley go back to being the hugger, because Bianca would have convinced her to come back to the other side, as in wrestling terminology.
Yeah.
And, you know, we would have gotten Bayley the hugger back. And then, you know, let's just say Bianca gets injured, Bayley gets the title and everything. And then Bianca comes back and now she's the heel and now she gets the win.
I think they're going to build her up, though. I think she's got a lot of, like I said, you know, potential. I think they're going to build her up, and she's going to be the face of the women's division for a while.
I honestly thought Ember Moon was going to be a great champion.
Me too, bro. She had the power, the look, you know, athleticism.
My favorite woman on the roster today is Asuka.
she's definitely dope.
I love Asuka. She is sexy. She is very good in the ring. She is very fluent. She is from the New Japan and All Japan Pro Wrestling styles. So she has the same kind of training or discipline as Shinsuke Nakamura would. Very, very dedicated to the craft and everything because of the Japanese culture and how rich it is in Japan with the culture of wrestling. So she's my favorite out of all of them right now.
Yeah.
Out of all of them, yeah. Not only for the fact that she's sexy, but she has the charisma, she has the talent to back it up, and she should be taken more of a threat.
I think she is, though. I mean, I'm saying, like, when she first came in, they made her like this unstoppable force coming from New Japan. They just got to bring that back again. They kind of slacked off, got lazy with it, kind of got comfortable with her.
They made her lose to Charlotte Flair after being undefeated for a year.
Yeah, that's
what I'm making it on the main roster. That's what ruined her career.
Yeah. Well, they were trying to push Charlotte. Now Charlotte's gonna get pregnant and married, and
nobody wants Charlotte. Charlotte needs to fucking disappear.
You know what?
I'm sorry.
I felt that way.
I'm sorry. She needs to go away for like 2 years.
Yeah.
And then come back.
But I felt that way for a very long time too, because they were over pushing her. I feel like, I get it.
It's kind of like the Chris Jericho thing.
But
it's kind of like with the Chris Jericho thing. Chris Jericho didn't get injured. He didn't get injured from 02 all the way to 05. So he was constantly working. He wasn't home and he wasn't injured. He needed to leave for a little while. That's why he left. He focused on Foz. He focused on his life.
Yeah.
Then came back in 07.
Yep. He did tour for a while. I saw him live.
Yeah, and you know, like everybody was, you know, they liked Jericho when he left, but you know, when you gone for a while, then you come back, it's, you know, like including for like a year or 2 years, you know, like it makes a bigger deal. Like The Miz is the perfect example. The Miz is never here's a big one. You know that the Miz, you look this up. The Miz is the only wrestler today who has not been injured like every other wrestler with leg injuries, arm injuries, stuff like that. He has never, ever been injured like that to where that he's been written off TV for like months. Never.
Never knew that. What about when his baby was born, though? He just took a vacation or something?
No, he still wrestled.
Well, they were doing the
He was still around.
Well, they were doing the Miz and Maurice, though, TV show, I think.
Yeah, he had a contract agreement with USA.
Mr. and Mrs., right? Or something?
Yep.
Yeah. To be honest, I never really watched it. I don't even know. Is it still going on?
My friend Greg says it's a really good show.
I'm sure it is. A lot of those WWE produced A&E shows. I used to watch Total Divas.
Here's the thing about The Miz. We got to remember he came from the real world, so he's meant for television.
Yeah. Even though I never watched
He's meant for television. He came from MTV's The Real World. He was meant for television.
Yeah, he's got that ego, that entertainer in him, and he's got every right to, you know.
And also, he's been around since 2004. He was in the original Tough Enough in 03.
I know. Yeah,
that's how long The Miz has been in WWE. The Miz has been in the WWE for almost 20 years.
The Silverback, Ryan Reeves, and
yep.
That's the year that Daniel won.
Daniel Pewterschmidt,
that was
the UFC fighter.
That might have been 06. He might have been like the second or third season.
No, Daniel. No, 03 was the one from WrestleMania night. No, are you sure? Are you sure?
Maven was 04.
No.
Maven
was
first.
The Miz was in the first two Tough Enoughs. He was in the first one in 03, and he was in the 04.
With Maven.
That was the first one.
Maven won the first one. Who won the second one?
Wasn't that
They should bring that show back. I'd watch that show again. Tough Enough.
They did, and it flopped.
Yeah, well, who'd they bring it back with? Wasn't there
Stone Cold was the host.
Stone Cold was the host.
And and it was a guy who had a whole bunch of leg problems, ended up winning the show. And he ended up wrestling for like 6 months in training, and he ended up quitting because his body gave out on him.
Damn. I think I remember that. Stone Cold hosted and it flopped. Damn, that sucks.
Only lasted like 2 seasons.
What you gonna do, bro? You got to bring in special guests though every once in a while too, because people want to see like the legends. Like,
yeah,
It's cool to
Yeah,
have one
but,
legendary host, but you bring in like the whole Attitude Era, like all those old guys that used to work together.
Yeah.
Like, let's show them how we used to do it back in the day.
But
Come on,
yeah,
Hunter, let's show them how we used to do it
The
back in the
Miz
day.
has been
You take a bump,
around.
I take a bump. We'll go back and forth a little bit. Taker, you come in, you choke slam both us some bitches straight to hell. We'll show these youngins how we used to run it
When
up and down the
my
road.
hand goes up, your mouths go shut.
Who's that?
The Miz.
Oh.
When my hand goes up, your mouth goes shut.
The Miz. The Miz. But
The Miz has been around since 03. It's going to be 20 years of The Miz in 2023
holy shit,
in WWE.
that is insane. Well,
But WWE's going to play it off that when he got onto SmackDown in 2005
that was
was when he made his debut.
Yeah.
But if people are really smart and they go through the tapes, it was the first Tough Enough. He was in the first Tough Enough.
Yeah.
So technically 2003 was when he started in the WWE. So in 2023, it'll be 20
in
years
the industry in
that-
general too.
that The Miz has been in the industry. Yes.
That's insane to think about, bro. Because who
Insane. And insane to
just
the
had-
point
who
every
just had
time
their-
you
who
get
just
The
had their-
Miz
yeah.
and John Cena together,
So saying who just had their
they
20
pull the
year?
best ratings.
Oh no, Jericho had his 30 year. So
Yeah, Jericho had his 30.
who else had
Actually,
a reunion? Someone else just had a 20-year reunion too, though. I think could be wrong.
Kofi. No, R-Truth.
R-Truth.
R-Truth's been around since 1999.
Really that long? Getting
K-Quick.
rowdy. My moves and things. Getting rowdy. Low down dirty.
K-Quick. K-Quick. K-Quick.
Give me the mix. Getting rowdy. Getting
No.
rowdy. K-Quick. Getting rowdy. Yo, we always talk.
2000. He has been
Yo.
around since 2000.
I
So
remember that, bro.
he's been around for 21 years.
He was on one of the original wrestling CDs, Aggression or whatever it was, Music Volume
Yeah.
3 or 4. It wasn't 3, but either 4 or 5
One
or some
time
shit.
hardcore champion. One-time hardcore champion.
Crazy.
But now he is the
24/7
greatest.
champion.
No. I am the 347 8 United States European Intercontinental Lightweight Heavyweight Champion. He takes all the old Attitude Era belts.
Does he? That's what he calls them?
Oh, yeah. He takes all the old fucking all the belts that are all decommissioned, and then he calls it the European Cruiserweight, fucking light heavyweight, fucking hardcore intercontinental, whatever you could think of, all the old decommissioned belts.
Oh, shit.
I'm still the European champion.
Yo, I can't believe he's been around that long, man. But yeah, bro.
Do you know that he's won the 24/7 title 49
I'm
times?
sure, bro. Well, that definitely we've talked
That
about
belt
R-Truth on
is
the
meant
show
for
before.
him.
We've talked about him before. He
R-Truth,
always
the
comes up.
belt is meant for him.
And
The
he,
belt, the 24/7 title
it
was meant
gives
for
him-
R-Truth.
It gives him a whole entire storyline with his creative, his funny like little quirks that he has about him, and just a way to be himself, entertain people, and he don't even got to worry about getting injured too much anymore, bro. But he's got his own like permanent storyline for as long as they can run it.
He's in his 50s. Look at him. He's in his 50s and he
Is
looks
he
great.
really that old?
He's in his 50s. Yeah, he looks great.
Yeah, man. Who was he? He was K-Quick. Then he went to then
He
was
went to TNA and he was Ron the Truth Killings.
Ron Killings, yeah, and then he came as R-Truth when he came back to WWE.
Yes, because he took Ron the Truth Killings from
Sure.
TNA
R-Truth.
and then just put R-Truth.
Yeah, that was dope.
When he
K-Quick,
debuted in WWE, I was really excited. I was like, holy shit, Ron the Truth Killings is coming to WWE.
R-Truth, get around
That
it.
was a big thing. That was a big thing.
I remember him. He always did that. What's up? What's up? Even before
Yeah.
R-Truth, I feel like he always got the crowd involved in it and shit.
Always.
Like K-Quick days. But yeah, you're right. K-Quick, man. Anyway, fucking. We gonna wrap up night 1 of WrestleMania here. We gonna come back later this week with night 2 of WrestleMania. But this is a huge ass pay-per-view to cover, and we don't want to just cram it all into a quick 2-hour show for 2 amazing nights. It usually takes us an hour and a half to cover a regular pay-per-view, you know, a regular night pay-per-view, but not the biggest event of the year, WrestleMania. Tell him, Vince.
WrestleMania.
And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so. You could tune in to Broken Skull Sessions, whatever days it is, on Peacock TV in the United States and the WWE Network everywhere else you can stream.
Yo, they changed it, bro. It went right to Peacock from WWE Network. I went to log on to watch WrestleMania. Couldn't even get on, bro. Had to subscribe to Peacock. I was like, let me get this. It was like $5, $5.99. You can subscribe to Peacock and watch any wrestling pay-per-view and pretty much have the WWE Network with limited commercials, I'm guessing. But that's the bargain right there. That's a deal. Check it out.
Yeah. $5.99 instead of the $9.99.
Yo, we're also going to start working on a logo for the show. I'm thinking, me and you talked about it briefly when I was in Florida. I think we're going to do like the clock wrestle in a tree or an hourglass wrestle in a tree. Tree J. In the square
Or
circle.
we could get a shirt that's like this, where, you know,
Donald Trump
says
matters.
Donald Trump matters, but we can get one that says wrestling
matters.
lives. Wrestling lives matter.
That sounds dope. Well, we could definitely do that, but I'm talking about a logo for the show. Not design. T-shirt designs are going to be coming soon. That might be a good design right there. Cheers to that shit. But anyway, folks, we are signing off. This is Wrestling with Time. Did we discover, what was it, 4 or 5?
I believe we are on number 5.
All right, so stay tuned next week for Wrestling with Time 6. Well, not next week, but later this week we'll get to it. Salute. We're signing off. Peace.